Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another video. In this video I'm gonna be making an old four-wheeler into a radio controlled car, or I guess you could call it a radio controlled four-wheeler. I'm gonna be using this controller. It's my drone controller. I usually use it to control the drone, but today I'm gonna be mounting stuff onto the four-wheeler, so I could use this to control the four-wheeler. The four-wheeler that I'm using, it's an old Chinese four-wheeler. It's been sitting under the sun for years and years. It doesn't even have the throttle control. It's missing a bunch of wires. There's a lot of stuff wrong with it, so I guess the first thing to do is to get that running, and then we could go from there. So let's get started. Alright, so this is the four-wheeler that I'm gonna be using. The first thing I have to do is clean out the gas tank because I'm sure water has been getting in here. So let's take it off and then rinse it with some gas. Alright, so I already rinsed the gas tank with a little bit of gas, so I guess I could go ahead and put it back on. And now we could add some gas. Alright, so now we have gas. We don't have a battery, so I'm gonna be using my truck's battery. I'm gonna be using some jumper cables to power this up, and then after we get it running, if it does run, we'll buy a battery. But for now, let's just use my truck's battery. Alright, so make sure the truck is not running, because once the alternator is running, the power will increase from the battery, so we don't want to overpower any of the electronics on the four-wheeler. So the truck is off, let's plug it up. Alright, so just a quick basic understanding of how the electronics work on this four-wheeler. So normally you would have this wire connected to something right here, and then the other end you would usually have switches and the start and brakes and all that stuff going up here. But as you guys could see, there's nothing there, so we can't really power it on normally. So we're gonna have to figure out every single wire and see if we could touch the wires that need to be touched. I know there's a brake on this that you have to press the brake and then you'll be able to hit the start button. So we need to figure out which one is the brake. We have some gas leaking right here. I don't know, maybe the floater is not working properly, so I'll have to check that out later. I know these are the brake lights, so we don't need those. I know we need these here, right here, but we're gonna have to mess around with them and see which ones are which. It's just by touching them and see what goes on with the battery connected. So I guess we could connect the battery. Let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so I know this is my positive and I know this is my negative. That's all I need to worry about. So let's plug in the negative. Okay, so now we have power running through all of the wires and no smoke, nothing exploded, no fire. That's a good thing. But also we don't have no sounds, no starting sounds, so that's not a good thing. So let's go ahead and go to the wires and touch them and see what they do. Alright, so let's see what this does. Nothing. Let's see what these do. Okay, that was something. All right, it works. Throttle. All right. Woo-hoo! All right, so it's working. All right, so everything looks like it's working properly. It starts, it runs. All right, so the next thing to do is tune the carburetor, the throttle and all that, so it could run properly. But yeah, everything looks like it's running. Let's try it out again. So these wires right here are to turn it off. And these wires right here are to turn it on. So let's try it one more time. So the throttle's not really working. I'm gonna have to tune that using the screws on the carburetor. All right, so the four-wheeler is running great. It sounds great. As you could see, the throttle is not really responsive, but that doesn't matter. It runs. So this is the throttle right here. I'm gonna have to add a servo, I'm gonna have to add a servo to this. And then I'm gonna have to add a relay to these so we could turn it off. And then we're gonna have to add a relay to these so we could turn it on. What else do I need to control? Maybe I'll add a servo to the choke in case we need that. But yeah, everything's running great. So on the chain I had to add a master link. You could see it right there. I had to go to a Tractor Supply and I got the link, a set of master link. But yeah, it's running pretty good. It has a lot of power, as you could see. All right, so the four-wheeler is working great. It sounds great. You guys know I'm not gonna leave this video without trying it on, so let's hop on and see what it could do. Let's go. All right, so this doesn't have throttle control on the handlebar, so I'm gonna have to use one hand to manually pull on the throttle pigtail. And another hand to hold on to the other handlebar. So hopefully this goes well and I don't break leg or something. But yeah, let's go. Oh no. Alright guys, that is it for today. I was able to get the four-wheeler running. It runs perfect. It sounds great. It was able to carry me around. Stay tuned for the next video. I'm going to be connecting all of the electronics and then getting them paired to the controller and then seeing if we could throttle it up with a controller. So stay tuned for that video. If you guys like this video, make sure you guys give it a like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.